Hey guys, we are here in Sydney with Randy Pitchford checking out Duke Nukem Forever, a bit of the multiplayer. It's been quite a while in the making this game, but it's finally coming out. I know.
It's only been a little bit. It's
just a while.
Yeah, not that much.
But we finally got to see it. We got to see it last time up at the Manor Bar, which is very exciting for everybody in Australia. The public got their first hands-on, which is great for them. How's it going along? Is it nearly done yet? What's happening?
Yes, it is. It's coming June 10th. Yep. So we're right there. It's almost here, man. Unless, of course, no, I'm just kidding. No, we're in the pipe. It's in certification. Everything's fine. I think only an act of nature at this point could prevent it from coming out.
So if the manufacturing plant blows up, then we're kind of
or a shipping boat. There's a whole number of acts of nature that could. The world seems hell bent that this game should never ship. Yet it's hard to believe that anything could stop it at this point.
Cool, awesome. Randy, do you want to tell us a little bit about how the multiplayer works? We played that today.
Yeah.
We played a couple of the modes. Do you want to just go through those quickly for us?
Yeah, I mean, it's you. One of the things about Duke Nukem Forever, it was always very intense, kind of close combat kind of experience. So we wanted to make sure that was kind of covered. And there's also all the great strategies that emerge from the various weapons and tools that Duke has at his disposal. So you gotta cover that too. But we wanted to play with some new game modes. So of course you've got Duke Match, classic free-for-all kind of gameplay, and you've got Team Duke Match. But there's a couple of new game modes as well. One of them's a King of the Hill variant called Hail to the King, of course. And then there's a Capture the Flag variant called Capture the Babe. And it's really interesting when your flag is no longer an inanimate object, because a girl can kind of run around and she's involved in the situation. So it kind of creates some new kind of gameplay dynamics that are a lot of fun. But I think the greatest thing about Duke multiplayer is how, when you get that kind of, especially when you get those larger, 4v4 matches, it's just frenetic and there's always something going on. It's the tactics and strategies that emerge from the different kinds of weapons. Obviously there's ballistic guns like shotguns and rifles and stuff like that are great to do the classic shooter skill tests. But when you can kind of outsmart your opponent, that's really gratifying. I like to lay a lot of pipe bombs in a spot that might have a security camera on it, and then go look at what the camera sees. When they come by, I'll blow them up. Nothing, you get a pipe bomb kill, and that's how people start breaking controllers. Yeah, or shrinking a guy and stepping on him. Nothing's more humiliating than getting stepped on.
I like the one we played where we had Hive, and you had that really narrow tunnel where you had the special weapon inside.
Yeah. It's a risk.
It is a risk.
But you want to go for it because it's a very good reward to get that. Yeah.
But it's fun to plant bombs inside there.
Yes. Yeah. And then the other thing you can do is trip mine that up. Another one that I like to do is I figured out I can lay a trip mine where I've got a long kind of line coming out, and I'm over here, and I'll set like a holoduke or something, and bait them. So I see somebody, and I can see the holoduke, but nobody can see me. And when I see that they're shooting at it or whatever, and I can sense their proximity, I'll just cross the line. It blows up here.
Nice.
It's pretty wicked.
Sneaky. See, I thought we were going to get to play a bit of a Capture the Babe in real life, because we had a couple of babes here today, didn't we? So
yes, that was really exciting. The local team here that set this event up managed to find some girls that look kind of like Duke's girlfriends.
Yeah, I was expecting to press X.
They were very talented.
I was just expecting to press X and be able to, slap one of them.
Yeah, shake it, baby.
Yeah.
This was true interaction. This was interactivity live. A little different than Duke's World.
How many, pole dances have you seen over the last couple of months?
I'll tell you what.
Hundreds, or
in the Duke Nukem game, he's got a couple of girlfriends, the Wholesome twins. They're great. They're superstars, and they love Duke, and he loves them. And unfortunately, in the story, they get taken by the aliens, and so that really pisses him off. But what's cool is everywhere we've gone on the press tour worldwide, the local teams have found kind of girls to become the Wholesome twins. So I've seen the Wholesome twins in every nationality. It's been awesome. They're really cool. But I'll tell you, everybody's so friendly, and it's all in good fun.
Coming into this game about a year and a half or so into its launch time, what was the hardest thing that Gearbox found getting into it from this point?
Oh wow, part of the joy. The joy is in the challenge. That's kind of why I do what I do. Is it's fun to solve difficult problems, and Certainly there was a big production challenge in looking at what needed to be accomplished, prioritizing those things, identifying the dependencies, and applying the talent and the equipment and the resources towards those missions. Now I'm sounding really boring like a producer, but that's actually really fun and engaging for people like us. We have a lot of professionals that can dig in there and like rewrite the renderers for particular platforms, whether we're talking about a video card that wasn't thought about back when 3D Realms was doing it, or a new console system like an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 to rewrite subsystems memory to build software that makes that work. A lot of intense work there, a lot of effort, and a lot of great, brilliant people that have done such an incredible job, and I feel very fortunate to be able to work with these guys.
Okay, that's good. Is there something in there that you think that you can point at when you look at the game and go, Gearbox made that part of that game?
There's a lot, of course, but the thing is, the commitment that we made was to fulfill the vision from 3D Realms. So, there has been some content that's been redone, but honestly, the direction and the vision was laid out by 3D Realms. So if we have replaced an asset, to be a modern asset, it's been done with the same art direction and same intent that 3D Realms had. If there's something that maybe was made in like 2006, maybe we redid that to make that look, and be awesome in today's world. But there's nothing old in the game, and so some of the things that we're responsible for helping push those things forward. A lot of it's under the hood though, and a lot of it's in the production process, the software itself. The 3D Realms guys were not slouching. They did a lot of work, and there was a lot of content. Those guys did a great job, and it's their commitment and their passion, and the guys even that didn't give up even after 3D Realms shut their doors. The guys that are still working on the project today, like Alan Blum and David and Rob and those guys. I mean, those guys. Their passion, I think everybody that ends up playing Duke Nukem and loving it, we're all going to owe them a debt of gratitude.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I guess the last time we saw you, one of the questions brought up was the credits in the game.
Yeah.
And something was thrown around was the website.
Yeah.
And we actually saw that come through.
That. Yeah, isn't that interesting?
So how many feature-length films is the credits now?
It's very long credits. We've got our credits. There's a couple of other studios that have helped us. There's 3D Realms' credits. We got George Broussard personally managed what that portion of the credits would look like. We've got the publishing partners. There's the game's been localized in a lot of different languages, so there's a lot of voice talent that isn't our English voice talent that's helped the game feel natural in different languages. That's all in there. The publishing team, of course, I mentioned them. And then that webpage netted a history of people that have at various points touched the game and have been involved, whether from the development side or from the publishing side, or some contractors that have been involved over the years. It's very interesting. It's a history in game development, and this is history in the making with this. Duke Nukem Forever is going to ship.
Yeah.
So speaking of shipping time, it's coming out here in Australia on June the 10th.
June 10th. Yeah, we're almost
exciting.
there. Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Now we noticed it's coming out around E3 time, so pretty much just after, only about 2 or 3 days after.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious decision, or do you think that's a risky thing to do around all the news that comes out of E3?
I don't think it doesn't really matter. The retail and the shipping of a game doesn't. Like E3 it only impacts game industry.
Yeah.
There's some public stuff on some of the websites while it's going on, but that's not a big impact point. If you watch traffic spikes and stuff, E3 and what happens in the market don't really coincide.
Okay.
So it's not a problem at all.
No worries.
Yeah, and it wasn't a conscious decision, and it didn't need to be. Okay. It's like E3 that happens, and we'll do that. We'll be there, by the way. It's going to be a great show. But we don't have to worry about that in terms of its effect on the marketplace.
Okay, all right, no worries. So what will you be doing the day after this game releases?
That's a good question. Let's see, if I don't end up at Disneyland, I'm probably going to be working. I'm probably going to be immediately thinking about what's next for Duke. We got to answer that question. We've been able to be disciplined enough to not worry about that, so we can focus on shipping the game.
Sure.
But do we want to do some DLC? What DLC? That's going to be an exciting question. The thinking about what would be next in terms of the full game, that's exciting. And then we've got a number of other projects at Gearbox, so we've got a lot of things that we care about. My favorite thing in the world to do is play games and make games. So if I was given like a day off after Duke Forever ships, I'm gonna spend it with the things I love to do most, which is playing and making games. I'll tell you what though, the first thing I'm gonna do when it's actually available. I do this for every game that we ship. I go to the store and I buy my own copy.
Do you really?
I love doing it, and I like watching other people buy the game, and I linger in the store and I hang out and I see who's buying it on launch day, and then I take my retail copy and I actually play it as a customer, and I put it in my retail box and I play my own game as a customer. And it's a tradition, whether it's a PC game or a console game or whatever. I've always done that, and it's a really great experience.
Well, Randy, thank you very much for chatting to us today. Good luck with the game. I know everybody's really excited to get their hands on it.
I know I am. We're almost there. I can't wait.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.